Genesis chapter 8, the floods abate. And God remembered and thought kindly of Noah and every living thing and all the animals that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the land, and the waters receded. Also the fountains of the deep and the windows of the heavens were closed, and the pouring rain from the sky was restrained. And the waters receded steadily from the earth, and at the end of 150 days the waters had diminished. On the 17th day of the 7th month, 5 months after the rain began, the ark came to a rest on the mountain of Ararat in Turkey. Mount Ararat. It's interesting. The kids and I have read a book about people that think they have, and they haven't. It's interesting you can't visit certain places on this earth, and that it's just like blocked off and you can't go to it. It's like forbidden. And so it was about people discovering Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat. It was a interesting story, and you can Google it and see it too, but it's one of those things that, is it there? We haven't been able to see it, and so it's kind of interesting to see Mount Ararat. The waters continued to decrease until the 10th month. On the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains were seen. And at the end of another 40 days, Noah opened the windows of the ark which he had made, and he sent out a raven, which flew here and there until the waters were dried up from the earth. Then Noah sent out a dove to see if the water level had fallen below the surface of the land. But the dove found no place in which to rest the sole of her foot. And she returned to him for the ark, for the waters were still on the face of the entire earth. So he reached out his hand and took the dove and brought her into the ark. He waited another 7 days and again sent the dove out from the ark. The dove came back to him in the evening, and there in her beak was a fresh olive leaf. So Noah knew that the water level had subsided from the earth. And then he waited another 7 days and sent out the dove, but she did not return to him again. Now in the 601st year of Noah's life, on the first day of the first month, the waters were drying up from the earth. Then Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and the surface of the ground was drying. On the 27th day of the second month, the land was entirely dry, and God spoke to Noah, saying, "Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives with you." It's interesting because it's so long that Noah went through that darkness, right? He's got a covering he has to remove from the ark, and then he looks out and he realizes it's dry. Think of the long wait that he had to trust God through this time in his life and go, like we think, oh, he's on a ship, he's on a boat, it should be exciting and great. No, it was a long time that he was on there for, waiting, sending out a bird, the ravens, hope to get an answer, finding some land, sending out the dove, hoping to get an answer. It's like, and he had to wait, and then finally it happened. Enduring through those times, the waiting is the hard part, but being able to read stories and read how other people waited, we can keep waiting as well. It says, bring out with you every living thing from all flesh, birds and animals and every crawling thing that crawls on the earth, that they may breed abundantly on the earth and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out with his wife and his sons and their wives with him, after being in the ark for 1 year and 10 days. That's a long time. Every animal, every crawling thing, every bird, and whatever moves on the ground went out by families, types, groups from the ark. And Noah built an altar to the Lord and took of every ceremony clean animal and of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, a soothing, satisfying scent. And the Lord said to himself, I will never again curse the ground because of man. For the intent, strong inclination, desire of man's heart is wicked from his youth. And I will never again destroy every living thing as I have done. And it says, while the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, winter and summer, and day and night shall not cease. So God is promising no matter how wicked man is, because man is wicked, right? His desires are, but he's never going to destroy every living thing as he have done. And it says the earth's going to remain. You're going to have seed time. There's going to be a time of sowing, and that means you're going to have to wait for that seed to produce, and then it's going to be a harvest. You're also going to have those cold times where you feel frozen, alone, like very isolated. Then you'll find that heat and heat times where it's going to be nice and abundant. You're going to have the winter when it's like desolate and dry, that season of life where you're feeling like nothing is happening. And then guess what? Summer's going to come again and things are going to be good. You're going to have day when things are bright and everything's looking good, and then you're going to have night where it's dark and quiet. None of it shall cease. That's a beautiful, I like that. It's a daily Bible chapter reading God's Word Monday through Friday. See you tomorrow.